You're standing alone in your kitchen, muttering under your breath, arguing with yourself about something that happened 3 hours ago, wondering quietly whether that means something's actually wrong with you. But then you notice your coworker whispering to himself while typing, your neighbor narrating her grocery list out loud, and that one friend who swears talking to his plants keeps him sane. Turns out, talking to yourself isn't a glitch in your brain. It's one of the most well-documented tools your mind uses to think, focus, and actually function properly. Neuroscientists call it inner speech, and brain scans show it lights up the exact same language regions you'd use talking to another person, just quietly turned inward instead. There are actually two main types: silent inner speech that plays like a voice in your head, and out-loud self-talk, the kind that slips out when nobody's watching. Researchers at Bangor University found that people who talked out loud to themselves while searching for an object found it noticeably faster than the people who stayed completely silent. That's because speaking a thought forces your brain to turn something vague and blurry into an idea that's structured, sequential, and far easier to actually process. Self-talk also works like an internal coach, and psychologists have shown that using your own name instead of I while talking yourself through stress lowers anxiety almost instantly. This distanced self-talk creates just enough emotional space for you to think clearly, the exact same trick elite athletes and performers quietly use before big moments. It actually starts in childhood, when kids narrate their own play out loud. A stage psychologist, Lev Vygotsky, called private speech the foundation of how we learn to regulate ourselves. As you grow up, that private speech never really disappears. It just moves inward, resurfacing out loud whenever a task gets complicated enough to actually need it. That's why you mutter while cooking, narrate while parking, or coach yourself through a tricky spreadsheet. Your brain is simply borrowing the clarity of spoken language. Of course, not all self-talk is helpful, and the gap between "I always mess this up" and "okay, let's figure this out" can quietly shape your entire mood for the day. So instead of silencing that inner voice, the smarter move is training it, catching harsh self-talk and replacing it with the same patience you'd offer a friend. Talking to yourself was never a sign that something's broken. It's actually a sign that your brain is working hard to think, plan, and steady itself. Like this video if you learned something new, and subscribe, because next week we're exploring why some thoughts loop in your head on repeat, and how to finally quiet them.